Good evening and welcome to State of Business on Art Television. I'm Tamiru Nimsat. Let's have a look at the headlines. Germany welcomes Sri Lankan president with full state honours. IMF Deputy Managing Director Geeta Gopinath due in Sri Lanka. News in detail. President Anukumar Dissanayake, who is currently on an official visit to Germany, was welcomed by German President Frank-Walter Steinmeier at Bellevue Palace in Berlin yesterday. The ceremonial welcome included a guard of honor by the German armed forces, followed by a bilateral meeting between the two leaders. Discussions focused on deepening economic ties and cooperation in vocational training and tourism. Later, President Dissanayake met German Foreign Minister Dr. Johann Wedpol. Their talks explored expanding collaboration in trade, the digital economy and investment, aligning with Sri Lanka's development priorities. The Sri Lankan delegation includes Foreign Minister Vijitha Herath, Ambassador Waruni Muthukumarana and other key officials. The International Monetary Fund's first Deputy Managing Director, Dr. Geeta Gopinath, is set to visit Sri Lanka, marking the first such visit by a serving FDMD since 2005. Dr. Gopinath will be the guest of honour at the Sri Lanka's Road to Recovery, Debt and Governance Conference on June 16th. The event, co-hosted by the Minister of Finance, Central Bank of Sri Lanka and the IMF, will evaluate Sri Lanka's progress midway through the IMF-supported reform programme. Discussions will highlight lessons from the country's efforts to achieve macroeconomic stability, debt restructuring and governance reforms, while also addressing future challenges. Dr. Gopinath is also expected to engage in bilateral discussions with Sri Lankan authorities and key stakeholders to review and strengthen the IMF's ongoing collaboration with Sri Lanka. The Cabinet of Ministers has approved the allocation of 100 million rupees for key projects under the Industries and Entrepreneurship Development sector for the year 2025. The proposal submitted by the President of Industries and Entrepreneurship Development targets strategic initiatives across several institutions. The proposal targets strategic initiatives including the Small Business Development Division, Sri Lanka Industrial Development Board, Lanka Salusala Limited, Sri Lanka Ceramic Corporation and the Export Development Board. These institutions, working with existing human, natural and physical resources, will implement targeted policies and development projects to elevate their sectors and enhance national economic performance. Among the approved projects is a reality show program led by the Small Business Development Division to encourage innovation and entrepreneurship. An industry export exhibition organized by the Industrial Development Board to showcase Sri Lankan products and attract international buyers. A pilot project by Lanka Salusala Limited to establish an indirect fund providing local textile producers with subsidized financial support. Working capital assistance for the Lanka Ceramic Combined Board to support ongoing operations and growth. And the purchase of advanced scanner machines for the Export Development Board to upgrade security technology at the cargo village at Bandar Naik International Airport are included. Stay tuned. We will return after this short commercial break. Welcome back after the break. One of the World Bank's latest reports reveals that heightened trade tensions and policy uncertainty could drive global growth down this year. Global Economic Prospects report shows that the turmoil has resulted in growth forecasts being cut in nearly 70% of all economies across all regions and income groups. World Bank's growth report shows that global growth is projected to slow to 2.3% in 2025, nearly half a percentage point lower than the rate that had been expected at the start of the year. World Bank Group's chief economist and senior vice president for development economics, Indermit Gill, says that outside of Asia, the developing world is becoming a development-free zone. Growth is expected to slow in nearly 60% of all developing economies this year, averaging 3.8% in 2025 before edging up to an average of 3.9% over 2026 and 2027. That is more than a percentage point lower than the average of the 2010s. Low-income countries are expected to grow 5.3% this year, a downgrade of 0.4 percentage point from the forecast at the start of 2025. Tariff increases and tight labor markets are also exerting upward pressure on global inflation, which, at a projected average of 2.9% in 2025, remains above pre-pandemic levels. The report further adds that slowing growth will impede developing economies in their efforts to spur job creation, reduce extreme poverty, and close per capita income gaps with advanced economies. Per capita income growth in developing economies is projected to be 2.9% in 2025, 1.1 percentage points below the average between 2000 and 2019. Assuming developing economies other than China are able to sustain an overall GDP growth of 4%, the rate forecast for 2027, it would take them about 2 decades to return to their pre-pandemic trajectory with respect to economic output. The report argues that in the face of rising trade barriers, developing economies should seek to liberalize more broadly by pursuing strategic trade and investment partnerships with other economies and diversifying trade, including through regional agreements. It also stresses that given limited government resources and rising development needs, policymakers should focus on mobilizing domestic revenues, prioritizing fiscal spending for the most vulnerable households, and strengthening fiscal frameworks. The Ceylon Chamber of Commerce is set to host a business delegation from the Dhaka Chamber of Commerce and Industry on the 17th of June in Colombo. The visit is expected to open new doors for bilateral trade, joint ventures, and long-term partnerships between the two South Asian nations. The delegation includes 24 representatives from 22 leading Bangladeshi companies spanning diverse sectors such as automobiles, fast-moving consumer goods, logistics, construction, pharmaceuticals, renewable energy, and apparel. The event will feature direct business-to-business meetings, giving Sri Lankan companies a valuable opportunity to explore trade partnerships, investment prospects, and potential joint ventures with their Bangladeshi counterparts. Bangladesh's preferential trade access to major markets such as the EU, UK, Canada, and Japan under the GSP scheme enhances its global trade appeal. Combined with its strategic connectivity to India, China, and Asian nations, the country is rapidly positioning itself as a key regional hub for trade and investment. For Sri Lankan businesses, this event offers a key platform to tap into one of the South Asia's fastest growing economies. DIMO has relocated its DIMO Academy for Technical Skills to a new facility in the heart of Paliyakudu. The opening ceremony was held at Training Center in Paliyakudu with the participation of officials from leading German technical institutes, senior members of DIMO, and other distinguished guests. With over 35 years of experience in pioneering technical education, DATs has long bridged the gap between industry needs and skill development. From automobile mechatronics to plant engineering, the institution has produced industry-ready professionals now thriving in global careers. Chairman and CEO of the DIMO Group, Ranjit Panditagi, emphasized the crucial role of technical skills centers in advancing Sri Lanka's workforce while highlighting the diverse and industry-relevant course offerings available at the DIMO Academy for Technical Skills. Dilrukshi Kurukula, Executive Director of DIMO, emphasized the significance of vocational training and highlighted that promoting demand-driven skills development is a powerful catalyst for economic growth in Sri Lanka. Accredited by German institutions and aligned with global TVET principles, the new facility enhances student accessibility, training capacity, and collaboration with international partners. Prestigious German companies such as HomeServe Germany and many have partnered with DAT's offerings guaranteed global job placements for its graduates, especially in Germany.
This relocation is more than change of address. It represents a significant step forward in our mission to empower Sri Lankan youth through quality vocational education. Our new state-of-the-art facility is designed to accommodate more students and provide them with the skills needed to thrive in today's rapidly evolving market.
Stay tuned for stock update. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange, Economics notes today.
The all share price index gained by 3.85 to close at 17,661.45. The S&P SL20 dropped by 11.15 to close at 5,275.01. The turnover was over 3.6 billion rupees and over 171 million shares were traded.
Up next are forex rates. That's all our news for today. For this and more, subscribe to our channel on YouTube and follow us on Facebook. Take care and good night.